Here's a test to see if you have pelvic floor dysfunction. It's a pretty simple one, so let's do this together. Go into a low squat if you can. If you can't because your knees are hurting, not because right now they're hurting, but because they are always hurting or they have restriction, you do have pelvic floor dysfunction. And I'm going to explain that to you after we do the test. So what you want to do is you want to go into a lower squat level and try to just come up. So if you are to come up and you go this way, so your top goes up and then you get yourself up, you have pelvic floor dysfunction because your pelvis is unstable. You weren't supposed to be getting up that way. If you are here and when you want to get up and you're trying to keep your spine nice and neutral and you're trying to get up and you feel clenching at the perineum, you definitely have pelvic floor dysfunction. If you're trying to get up, but you're squeezing and clenching your butt to try to get you up, you have pelvic floor dysfunction as well. Now, let me explain to you how. Every single scenario that I said you have pelvic floor dysfunction means that the connection of your lower extremities to the pelvis was inaccurate. And if that's inaccurate in case of the knee pain, then the safety and the chances of this pelvis to be stable is compromised. That's like having a table where the legs are wobbly. That's in case of the knee situation. When you bring your top first, you tie your top up so the pelvis becomes this way and you end up arching your back. That means the connection of the spine to the pelvis is altered and not stable. That means the muscles inside of your pelvis now have all the best reasons to not function in a peaceful manner because they need to clench more to minimize how wobbly this is. And then in that last section where you try to get yourself up, but you were trying to clench your butt to get you up, the butt clenching over time means every single time you walk, you clench your butt, and the butt clenching should never happen when you're walking. Your legs go from flexion to extension, which is a function of your glutes. And that means that clenching to stabilize this will alter that demand of the hip extensors in the simple act of walking. So if your butt clenches to stabilize this, that means the times that it needs to stay quiet, it's still clenching. That's dysfunctional patterns of movement. Dysfunctional patterns of movement lead to pelvic instability, and pelvic instability leads to tightness and weakness of the muscles inside the pelvis that is referred to as pelvic floor dysfunction. Hope this made sense. Make sure you put comments or questions below, and I will make sure to answer them. Until next time, take care.